Good morning, everyone. This is Zainab, your customer success manager here at Kahoot. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend. And I am joined by my partner in crime, Galilea. Hi, Gallie.
Hi, everyone. Happy holidays.
We're very excited to have you here today because we are going to use the time today that we have together to practice or experience our new game modes. I know you all have heard of or used Kahoot in the classic mode, which is the way that we all know and love Kahoot, where everyone joins in and plays as themselves against other players. So your scoreboard and your podium, it all has your name on it. We then at the start of this year launched something called the team mode, where you can join as part of a team and then the teams play against each other. These can be teams that you create based on real life departments or regions, or these could be teams that you create just, based on preferences. It could be Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, or anything else that you pick, and then people can join whichever team they feel comfortable in supporting. Then the teams play against each other, and the scoreboard and podium has the team name. So those were the two game modes that have been around for a while, and everyone's seen these options when they start the Kahoot game. But throughout the course of this year, we continue to launch more ways of enjoying Kahoot with your team, more fun ways of interacting with the content that you're trying to share and memorize and learn, and at the same time, play with your team, really just have extra gamification. So what we're going to do today is we will go through these different game modes. I do not have a single Kahoot that we will join to go through the entire training. Instead, we'll be playing 3 different really fun Kahoots. These Kahoots have been picked from our Access Pass subscription, where you have content created by our verified creators and Kahoot Studio. It's premium material that is ready to use and play with your teams and covers a huge variety of different topics. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. I hope everyone can see it. If you all could give me a thumbs up or a little hand raise, anything to indicate. There we go. We're seeing some thumbs up. That means the screen's sharing. Wonderful. So how did I get to this page? What am I doing here? What's happening is I logged into my Kahoot account and I decided I want to have fun with people today using Kahoot. So I hopped over to the Discover tab and I looked at all of the fun materials that I can pick up and start using. There's a huge variety here. Since I have the Access Pass subscription, I went ahead and picked this course that has multiple Kahoots. So courses are combinations of activities. One course can have multiple Kahoots, documents, videos. It's a collection of materials that creates an entire experience. So this one is on general knowledge, and it's good news from 2022, and everyone can use some good news in their lives. So I figured we will try out our new game modes with some good news from 2022. Now I can play all of these. This is one course. It has 4 different activities, and I can play it live or assign it, and then I can look at reports. It covers general knowledge, it's trivia, it's fun, and it has these 4 different games. Now, each game is separate. So it's a separate Kahoot that was created and then brought together under this Kahoot. And who created it? Our very own Kahoot Studio, our Kahoot trivia. So it's someone at Kahoot that is just sitting there creating material for you all to play and enjoy. And I will start with the first one. So this is good global news in 2022. We hear terrible news all the time. Let's see if we have heard some of this good news. I'm going to hit start, and I'm going to start live instead of assign because we're all here. And these are the game modes that I was talking about. Now on this screen, when you're starting the game, whatever plan you're on, your player limit will be displayed at the top. So just wanted to point out, on our Spirit Premium subscription, we've recently increased the game player limit. from 2,000 to 4,000, which is pretty amazing because that kind of just means having an unlimited number of people that you can have in the game and play with. Now, this is the classic mode. This is the one that was the original way of playing Kahoot, and it's been around forever. And then this is the team mode where you can join as part of the team. I know that a lot of people may still not have seen or experienced the team mode. So I'm going to really quickly show you what that screen looks like, but we are going to try out the other absolutely new game modes that we have recently launched. But on the team mode, by default, the screen populates with 3 teams. You can go ahead and rename them. So sticking with the example that I shared earlier, we can rename this to Marvel and DC and Star Wars, because that's just a world of its own, right? I can add more teams. I can delete those additional teams. And when, as a player, I join in, I will put in my name and then I'll get to pick which team I want to be a part of. Then as we answer questions, everybody that's on one team, the team score will be an aggregate of the individual scores, and you'll be able to see the team name on the scoreboard and the podium. So I'm going to hop out of here and go back into the start page, and I am gonna pick one of our newer game modes. It's right here under the other game modes, and these are all absolutely new. We have Color Kingdom, Treasure Trove, Submarine Squad, and Chill Art. And this one isn't live yet. It'll be live soon. It's called the Tallest Tower. So we are gonna try out Color Kingdoms first. I feel like Color Kingdom is a really excellent way of memorization and rapid recall practice. So in this game, what we'll see is that if you have a Kahoot with, let's say, 10 questions, the same questions are going to pop up again and again as you're trying to go through the game, and it will really reinforce the knowledge. So if there is any material that you want people to not only be tested on, but just really memorize, know it really well, this would be a really good way of running that Kahoot. And also, the interesting thing about this is that you can create a Kahoot and play it in many different ways. So what you could do is you create a Kahoot and you go through your normal regular evaluation here. But if you notice, there are things, you go into our reports, and our reports highlight materials that were difficult for the audience. They highlight, oh, this question was only answered by 10% of the audience correctly. So that gives you an idea of what needs focus. And you can create a version of that Kahoot with just the questions that people missed, didn't get right, majority of the people got wrong. And a fun way of practicing that information would be Color Kingdom. So what I'm going to do here is click this. The other really great thing about this is these game modes are available on all the plans right now to try out. So even if you weren't on Spirit Premium as a subscription plan, you still have access to this right now if you want to play it and use it over the holidays with your teams. Now, when it starts, it gives you a little bit of instruction on how this is going to work. So on Color Kingdom, you can have up to 200 players. Notice how I pointed out earlier that on the Spirit Premium plan that I am on, we've increased the game players up to 4,000. So that is for your regular team mode and classic mode. The additional game modes, these fun little versions, come with their own player limits. So this one, regardless of the plan that you're on, this one can have 200 players. And this is a team play. You can review information. You can go through the same information multiple times. What's going to happen
Hi everyone. I did lose sound, and then Oh, Linda, that would be me. Actually, we had our meeting set up earlier. I'll connect with you one-on-one. I was waiting in our session, but I don't know if maybe there was some timing issues. But as far as the audio, it seems like maybe Zainab lost connection. So let's just give her a second to pop back in, everybody. Hi guys, I am just checking in with Zainab to see if she can pop back in. Give us 1 second. Says she's struggling with a internet outage. Give us 1 second and let's see if it comes back. And if not, I'll try to take over and pull up what she was essentially going to be showing you all. So 1 second, everybody. Hey everybody, she is still having some issues. Let me try to get everything pulled up and provide you some information today on the game modes that we were discussing. So give me 1 second.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties there. Really apologize for the disruption. I hope I'm able to pick right up from where we left off.
Yes, I was just letting them know about the outage. I had one earlier today, so I think it's just something happening or going around here.
The power went out, interestingly. I'm gonna have to take this out of the recording.
Okay, no worries. I was about to jump in and I was like, let me see if I don't interfere, but awesome. Glad to have you back.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your patience with this. So we're back. Hopefully my screen is up again and we were talking about color kingdoms. So you can be either team fire or team ocean. And then every time you answer a question correctly, you'll be able to get a flag. Your job would be to go back to the flag screen. The system will take you back there. You will plant your flag and you want to capture as much space on the board as possible so you can basically overthrow the other kingdom. You can choose how long you want to play this for. Essentially, it's going to continue repeating the same questions over and over again for as long as you're playing the game. I'll stick with 2 minutes right now because the faster it is, the more fun it is, unless you have a lot of content. So if you have like 30 questions or so, then you might want to run it for longer. I am going to go ahead and start the game. So it automatically comes with that team fire and team ocean distribution on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and click on these big numbers here. And as soon as I click, it copies the link automatically. I can paste that link in chat. Now, if you click on that link, you'll be able to join the game, or you can go ahead and scan this QR code, which is a super simple way of joining the game through your cell phone. I believe I also have the player identifier turned on, so you'll be asked to put in your email address in addition to your name. Another really fun thing that you can do if you want to keep it anonymous is turn on the nickname generator. When you have that turned on, you see, something like Panda Pops. I encourage everyone to join in. It's a really fun way of learning how Kahoot works. And it's generally a really fun game. Let me go ahead and enlarge the QR code again. If you have the app on your phone, it's going to open it up in the app, but otherwise it will just use whatever your default browser is. It also automatically splits you between the different teams. So in this game version, you don't actually get to decide which team you're going to. It will automatically put you where the next player is needed. So it keeps a balanced number of players in both places. I'm going to go ahead and hit start because I'm leaving the game unlocked, which means that people can continue to join in even after the game starts. Come on, someone else needs to join Team Ocean because otherwise, there we go. Now we have an equal number of players. Okay, so it gives you instructions again to make sure that everyone knows how to play. Answer questions correctly to get a flag. Use flags to win land tiles and spread your team's color. Your team's goal is to grow the empire by spreading your color across the battlefield. And the fun tip, surround a zone to claim it. So if you had red tiles, but blue just overtook it, surrounded it from all sides, it belongs to the ocean now. Also, I'm going to go into full screen because that is the best experience. Let the games begin. Oh my God, Team Fire is on fire. So you answer a question, you get a flag. And you want to really quickly plant those flags and run back to answer more questions. You have 1 minute left, 1 minute of answering more questions. It currently looks like Team Ocean's in the lead. "30 seconds remaining." Team Ocean's castle is almost surrounded. Come on, people, let's surround the rest of it. Time's up. And as you can see, if you count the tiles, Team Ocean won. Team Ocean had 22 tiles, Team Fire had 14 tiles. Now, what are some of the things that have happened here? the individuals in Team Ocean answered more questions correctly. Therefore, they earned more tiles. Therefore, they were able to put them on the screen faster or on the battlefield faster. If you know what the answers are, you're more likely to win. The questions do repeat themselves. If you play this for 5 minutes or more, then the same questions will continue to repeat and pop up on the screen multiple times. So even if you didn't know the answer the first time, you're likely to get it right the second time around. So how did that feel? Any thoughts and ideas on that? Any games or topics that you feel like you could use this on within your own teams? Also, I don't know if I was sharing.
I was gonna say, Zainab, also the sounds a little bit loud, so it's overpowering you just a bit.
The audio?
Yeah.
Let me turn the volume down.
But we had Lisa asking, can you assign on teams? So teams, you can assign, Lisa, but on Color Kingdom, it automatically assigns you.
Yeah, on the team mode, that's where you can decide what your team is named, and then people can choose which team they want to be on, or you can drag and drop them from one team to another. But with these additional game modes like Color Kingdom or Treasure Trove, the teams assigned automatically. With Color Kingdom, because there are only 2 teams and they're pre-named, the system adds in a round robin. So the first person to join will go to fire, the second person goes to ocean, the third person goes again to fire, because it wants to make sure that there is an equal number of people on both sides of the battlefield. Next up, we're going to try to play. We're going to do Kahoot 2022 in sports, and I know nothing about sports. So I'm glad I'm not going to be playing. I will be hosting. Alejandro says, I did not get how to select the floor piece I want to use. That's a really good question. So this is one where you might want to have a little bit more collaboration with your team members. So if you know you're part of Ocean, it might be helpful to have a really quick chat with the other people on that team. Essentially, all of the tiles have to be connected to each other, or what you could do is, for example, Kathy on the team could start from the top left corner and Gally could start from where your castle is, and you can connect in the middle. Or your goal could be, your strategy could be, hey, wherever Ocean is putting their tiles, let's surround them so we can take all of the area that they've already covered and magnify our presence. And it does take a little bit of practice. So you play it 2-3 times, and that's when you really get the hang of it. Or you have a little bit of a discussion with your team members before you start playing. So let's go ahead and do 2022 in sports. I'm going to go ahead and start this Kahoot live, but this time around, I'm going to pick Treasure Trove. That is our second premium game mode. And what this one does, again, is you can choose how long you want to play it for. I'll do 3 minutes on this one because I just want you guys to have more experience. This is a solo play experience. So the previous one was team play. You were part of teams. This is solo play. You are just playing for yourself, very similar to the classic mode. And you're going to see questions, you answer them. Every time you answer questions correctly, it'll bring you back to this wonderful beach where there's a treasure falling from the sky, and you need to tap on the treasure to collect it. But also there are tricks in there. So there is treasure, but there's also some trash. And if you tap on the trash, that's not going to be helpful for you. Also, one more thing that I didn't mention in the last version. So if I pick 2 minutes, it shows me 8 of the questions will be played. My Kahoot has 10 questions. If I pick 3 minutes or 10 minutes, I have the 10 minutes is the longest. It's still showing me that 8 of the 10 questions will be played. I can review. So these 2 questions will be skipped because these are slides. So slides are not really, it's not something where you answer a question. A puzzle is where you need to drag things around. So it's not a quick answer. It's not a true or false or a single click multi-select. It's not a fast answer. So the game mode also decides what kind of content it's going to display, and it lets you know in the beginning, hey, this part of this Kahoot's not going to be displayed. I really like this because if I have created a training and I have questions peppered in the middle, I don't want to have to go back and create a Kahoot with just the questions. That's just extra work for me. So I have an hour-long training. It has a few slides and it has a few questions. And we go through the training. I go back to the reports and I realize, oh no, people didn't score so well on the questions. I need them to remember this information. At this point, I don't want to have to create a separate Kahoot that has just the questions so I can play that with the team. This intelligence in the platform enables me to use the exact same Kahoot. The game mode's automatically going to skip all the slides and it's going to stick to just the questions. So let me hop back to 3 minutes and I'm going to start the game. I'm going to again take the game pin and throw it in chat so you can join it from there. Oh. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put the QR code in the middle of the screen so you can join in through your cell phone or tablet. There's 4 people in the game. 6. Okay, so I'm going to leave this unlocked. I'm also going to lower the volume on the music and hit start. Again, a little bit of instructions. Answer 3 questions correctly to collect treasure for your trove. So previously, we experienced the same thing. We had to answer a bunch of questions before we could go back to the battlefield. Same way, you want to answer at least 3 questions before you can be taken back to the beach. Then you collect treasure by quickly tapping on the screen, or if you were on a computer, you use your mouse to click on it. And then make sure to only select treasure and not trash. This is 2022 in sports. Now my host screen is just showing what the stats are, but your player screen should be getting ready to ask questions.
I was gonna say, I know you said it a couple of times.
Yeah, what?
Sorry, Zainab. I was trying to move away from the sound. But I know you said it a couple of times. Right now, since on the host screen, you can only see the display and stat screen, everybody. If you haven't joined the game, highly suggest that you do, just so that you can get the most best experience as far as like a participant point of view.
You can see how everyone's little treasure trunks are filling up. So when you collect trash, you actually get minus points. You lose the treasure on your in your treasure chest. So you want to make sure not to accidentally click on any trash. And a little side tip, this is one thing that I didn't realize when I first played it. Those little gold skulls with ruby gem eyes, they're not trash. I thought they were like a bomb or like a bad thing and I shouldn't collect them, but they're actually bonus points. Wow, Mike really has his treasure game on. You know a lot about sports is what we're finding out. Alex quickly catching up there. Okay, people, drum roll. This is the podium. Zing in the third place. Mike in the second place. Oh, how the scoreboard has changed. Mike was in the lead consistently, and then Alex real fast got up. And I am betting you got one of those bonus treasure pieces, didn't you? Okay, so we're gonna hop out of there. We're looking at, so we've already experienced 2 of the 4 new game modes that are already live, and there's number 5 that's gonna come out soon. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our last game mode that we're gonna try today. It's called Chill Art. I'm gonna hop out of here. So we're doing movies in 2022. This is one where I have some hope of getting the answers right. In the movies that were released in 2022, we're going to go ahead and select Chill Art as one of the last game modes. If we still have more time, we're going to come back and try Submarine Squad. So similar to how the first 2 question types, game types that we've experienced, they are based on just getting the answer right, which means you should either know the information, or when the question repeats itself, you would have learned it by then. So it's memorization, it's rapid recall. Submarine Squad is about teamwork, being able to work with a team, follow instructions from a team captain, being able to give good, clear instructions. So there's communication skills in there, there's teamwork, team building in there. It's a little bit slightly more complex than the really simple game modes that we're trying out first. So I'm going to go to Chill Art. We'll try this out first. This is a group collaboration game. So you're going to go ahead and first pick. These are classic paintings like Van Gogh and whatnot. So the first thing is we're going to pick a beautiful piece of art that we're going to be building or putting together. Then we'll answer questions correctly to collect paintbrush, kind of like paint by numbers. And then we'll work together to unravel the masterpiece completely. So it'll be displayed bit by bit as we answer questions correctly. I'm going to stick to 2 minutes. Again, it's saying that it will play 8 of the 9 questions. The one it's not going to play is puzzle, because slides and puzzles don't get included in these type of game modes. So let's go ahead and start. Let's see what this one feels like. The music automatically is different. It's predetermined with the game mode. Here's the link if you want to join your computer. I just put it in chat, and here is the QR code. Even if you're not feeling like, oh, I want to play the whole game, I would still suggest joining in so you can see what the player experience looks like. And then, have you guys noticed the adorable game characters? I absolutely love these. So you can have these turned on. They're not available in the first 2 game modes that we played, but available in the others. Automatically, you get assigned a little character. You can turn these on or off from the settings here. They weren't available in the first 2, but they are available in this one. There you go, game characters. And then if you want, you can tap on the little pencil icon on the top right corner of your player screen, and you can change what it looks like. So right now I'm a Christmas rooster. Let me go ahead and become a little crane. And for my accessories, I am gonna choose Einstein's hair and mustache. Oh, I love. Perfect. For Christmas time, because why not? Okay, so we have 7 players in the game. Let's go ahead and start. The instructions are, you have to answer questions correctly to collect paintbrushes. So it's not treasure, it's not flags anymore, it's paintbrushes. Once you have enough paintbrushes, you go and paint on the main painting. So it's kind of like paint by numbers. What you've collected is basically a number. These are the ones that I collected, 6, 9, 16, and 17. I will click on the number that I want to match with the painting, paint by number. So I will click 16 at the bottom of my screen and then 16 on the painting. And there might be more than one 16s on the painting, just as there might be more than one red spots or black spots or blue spots. And then you get to see your final masterpiece. So first up, we get to decide which painting we want to paint. So as a player, go ahead and pick which one you want to work on. You see the votes coming in, so the percentages are changing. Okay, popular vote has selected a painting. And the host screen, on the host screen, you'll slowly see it coming together, but on the player screen, you're going to answer questions now. Okay, we see people starting to reveal the painting. It's not as easy as it sounds because you have to really find the numbers. So the other thing to notice here is in this game mode, you decide when you want to go back and paint. There's a go paint button at the bottom and there's a quiz button at the top when you need to go back to the quiz. So try to go back to the painting as often as possible so you can put the paint brushes, or you can decide to collect them all and then go back for once and for all, but there's also a timer running down. So you got to decide whatever is the most efficient way of revealing as much of the painting as possible. And time's up. So this was a group collaborative activity, which meant that everyone needed to work together to complete the painting. So what you see at the end, after everyone's, whatever paintbrushes you've earned, if you still have some, you want to put those down. And at the end, you'd be able to see, okay, we all worked towards this one thing. How far did we get? And we got pretty far. People are still putting down their brushes. We almost got the entire painting. Almost there. So the next time, maybe we can work together a little bit harder and get all of it. So as the host, we could also just keep playing, but as the host, I can select the end now. And then this is where we are. This is our final painting. I love the music, very soothing. Lisa is asking if the questions always repeat, even the ones that you answered correctly, and can you control the repetition? They do repeat, and it is repeated by the system. So we're not able to control which ones get repeated. It's a random repetition. This painting was wheat field with, I really don't know how to say this right, cypresses? It's a painting by Vincent van Gogh, painted back in 1889. So that was chill art, right? Chill, very, very relaxing. You can sit back and play and see how far you get as a part of a group. We have one more game and one more game mode to go with. So I'm going to leave it up to the audience. Do we want to take the last 17 minutes that we have together today to go and try out the Submarine Scott game type? Or do you want to open up the floor for questions and answers? Kathy says, yes, let's go and play. I am all in the favor of trying it out. We got 2 votes. Be heard now or forever hold your peace. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and play. No one said we want to leave it to Q&A, so let's try this out. This is 2022 in music. We're going to start this, and we are doing Submarine Squad this time around. So Submarine Squad is again a group collaboration. There are no teams competing against each other like Color Kingdom. And it's not a solo play like Treasure Trove. It is a group collaboration like Chill Art. Everyone is working towards the same goal. You and the rest of your crew, which is basically all of the players, are stuck under the ocean. There is a hungry fish that is trying to come and eat you. And you want to answer questions as quickly as possible to boost your submarine so you can go back to the top and get away from this little monster. In this game, we're going to be playing 6 of the 13 questions because, again, the ones that take time, like slides, there's no right or wrong, there's no answering. Type answer, we don't have the time to type. This moves really fast. And puzzle, these type of questions aren't going to be included. So there are 6 questions that are going to be repeated. I'm going to give us 3 minutes in this game, and you can have up to 30 players. Here is our link to the game being pasted in chat. And then I'm going to pull up our QR code. And again, the music here is different. This one kind of matches the ocean submarine theme. One of the really fun thing in this game is you can talk. You actually get to speak and be as part of the game, because if you notice all of the other Kahoot games, you're typing in on your screen or tapping on the screen, but you get to talk in this one. So that's different. And I know that not everyone would be comfortable doing it. So there's a question at the start that asks you, okay, do you want to speak? Do you want to shout out as part of the game? Because it might choose you as a team lead or captain, and then you would have to give out instructions to others. Okay, we got 6 people in the game. I'm gonna go ahead and start. So you're all in a submarine together. You have to answer questions to collect boosts and dive deeper in the ocean. You have to listen to instructions and choose the right symbol. So one person, like one of us 6 people in the game, will get selected as the team leader or instructor. They will read the instructions out to the rest of their team. For example, if this is what I'm seeing, I'll be like, it's a white icon that looks like a shield. And then all of you who are hearing my instructions will go and find it. And you want to escape the fish that's trying to eat you. I did not watch the Oscars this year. I have no idea what they're asking. Okay, that fish is huge and it's almost there to eat us. And I know none of the answers. Someone needs to save us. Okay, someone needs to get us a boost. Oops, we got eaten. Uh-oh. So clearly, all of us do not know much about music. So we're getting the same questions again. Okay, someone got us a boost. Thank you. So the only time we're gonna get like actually run away from this fish is when our boost at the top is filled up. Oh, we got eaten again. Uh-oh. We are shrimps. We didn't get to the part where our captain could give instructions because our boost didn't fill up. We didn't get the full boost. But the people who did get us boost, thank you so much for getting us this far, were the engineers. The sailors were the ones that answered the most amount of questions. So the captain, the engineers, most boost produced, and sailors, most questions gotten right. Thank you for trying to save us, but we still got eaten. We could give this another shot. If y'all want to practice a little bit, see how it feels, we could give this another shot. It's the same continent, so we probably know the answers this time around. You want to answer questions as fast as possible. So this boost icon reaches this point. When it reaches this point is when the captains get to give instructions, and that's how we get saved. There we go. We're getting some boost. Want to answer faster. Oh, this is so much better, so much further than we got before. Oops. Yum, yum. So we get one more chance. Ooh, we're almost there. We still got Eden, but we were almost there. This was so much better than before. So what you're learning here is that the better you know the content, the material, the faster you're able to answer it, you're more likely to succeed. So when you think about it in the beginning, it feels like, oh, it's going to be the same questions again. What if I've answered them correctly already? What if I already know the answers? But it's about everyone knowing the material, everyone answering it really fast. And that's how you get to the final full boost in the next stage of the game. So we didn't make it to the instruction part this time around either. I've probably chosen a really difficult topic. We're all not very good with music here. But the people who produced the most boost were Mike. So he clearly knows how to play this game in terms of answering questions really fast and correct. Z and LMD. And people who answered the most amount of questions correctly were KB and Alex. So thank you so much for playing this with us, guys. This has been, the new game modes have been just such a source of joy for us here at Kahoot. Very excited to share this with you, and I'm hoping that you will enjoy using this with your team. But these are new, so I'm sure that there are things that we can do better, and I would love to hear your feedback. Any initial thoughts that you have in terms of, you know, what this game felt like, or what improvements you'd like to see. So Alejandro is saying, I suppose you can play this game Submarine using your own content. Yes, absolutely. You can choose whatever Kahoot you want to play any one of these game modes. Like we saw on the game beginning, if there is content inside of your Kahoot that is not compatible with the game mode, like having slides or puzzle type questions, it'll automatically just take that part out and run the rest of the game. So if you're wanting to make sure that everyone learns together, then using one of these is going to be an excellent way of learning and memorizing new information. Any other thoughts or feedback, ideas, you know, anything that makes you feel like, oh, I could use it for XYZ purpose? Or, you know what, I feel like A, B, C could have been a little bit different. Okay, if there are no more thoughts and ideas to share, thank you so much for joining us and for playing 4 different Kahoots. That's a lot of Kahoots in 1 hour, but it's also hopefully very fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Z, for walking us through that. I learned a lot about uh chill art today. I hadn't had the chance to interact with it yet. But I will say for anybody that is new to this webinar series, typically I know we have a couple of veterans that show up for most of our sessions here, and thank you for always coming back. These game modes that we covered today are supplemental, just different ways that the platform operates and new updates to the platform. We also tend to cover our basics in our sessions. But yeah, once you've had time to either meet with one of your customer success managers and have some time to get acquainted with the platform, I guarantee if this is your first time seeing these game modes, you'll have way more context going into it. But thank you so much, Zainab, for showing us all this.
Yeah, it was really fun. I haven't had a chance to play Submarine Squad with a bunch of people before, so this was nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful new year, and we will see you again in 2023.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.